Baron Doral and Countess Tamrith led the assault against...
My father told me someone would come. You approach the camp of the Ashaba. Wait. I recognize you from Faharajad's palace. He would not listen to us. And now, we all pay for his stubbornness. Faharajad sent... of this king. Well, if you seek my father, you should know he, and many other of our warriors, are extremely ill. Some are dead. Our water was poisoned. I suspect it was the necromancers, the withered hand, but it is of little importance now. All that matters is finding the ingredients for the antidote. If my father dies, there is no Ashaba for the king to call upon. Will you help me then? Come quickly then. Meet me at my tent in the camp.
Stay back, Wanderer. You are welcome to our camp, but our chief is not entertaining guests. Like so many of our warriors, he has been poisoned. Only his daughter may disturb his rest. The king has waited too long. So many warriors have died, and Marima holds on to life by a thread. We will answer the king's call to the best of our ability, but I fear we can do very little. You should speak to Talia if you haven't already.
Our tribe is beset by sickness.
This poisons.
Here. I've marked on your map where my father says we can find the ingredients. Lead the way. I will see my fallen brothers and sister avenged, even if it is the last thing I ever do. My father has been chief of the tribe for 26 years. We would not know what to do without him. Who would have believed the withered hand would poison our water? We must hurry. So many Ashaba have already died. That's everything. Meet me at my father's tent.
Oh, Lamai. When will I learn? Aha! Perfect. You look like the fit sort. I wonder if you can assist me in an archaeological project of considerable importance. I came here searching for some rather valuable relics, but I've encountered something of a setback. Well, I discovered this fabulous portal in the Ayleid ruins. I sent my assistant through, and it was a mistake. The portal apparently leads to somewhere in the Grotwood, and basically he returned with the Aldmeri army at his heels. Yes, and unfortunately, it seems they're now planning a full-scale invasion. Establishing a base, building siege weapons. We need to close the portal, quickly. I discovered an old tome that explains how, if I can find it again. Will you help me? You're a true hero, and I mean that. My camp is beside the ruins. That's where I left the book you need. Get the book, use it to activate the large pillars in the ruins. Then meet me inside the west door to the lower ruins. The portal's down there. I suppose that's a reasonable question. As you might imagine, the elves have locked the main entrance to the portal room. There is a back way, however, through an old prison of some sort. The pillars unlock the door into the prison. Oh, I haven't the foggiest notion what's in the prison. It's been centuries, though. Whatever was down there is surely dead. If not, well, you seem capable enough. And it can't be any worse than the damned elves. My researchers in High Rock gave me the essential background. Solace N was an Ayleid stronghold, built by human slaves in the Merethic era. The elves eventually got what they deserved during the Yokuden colonization of Hammerfell in the First Era. It's quite fascinating, really. It would seem to prove that the Altmer and the Ayleids were still connected further into the Merethic era than we believed. I actually wrote a book on the subject. Well, someone wrote it for me, but who's counting? Unless they're sporting Dominion armor as a fashion statement, I'm afraid so. If my assistant had half a brain... Well, we are... You're a true hero.
Oh, hello. I was just tidying up. Because it's all my fault. The Aldmeri. Lady Laurent sent me through the portal to investigate. Praise you. Praise you. I'm trying to gather all her things. There's one more thing you should know. Lady Laurent hired this thuggish Tamian fellow. I believe she already asked him to recover her tools. Because he's a brute, and I need to be the one to give her the tools. If I can't make her...
Well, well, well. If it isn't my old friend from Crosswich. Let me guess. Lady Laurent has you helping clean up this mess she made. Or is it... did he? I'm surprised he could get that out through the whimpering and whining. Lady Laurent already has someone to recover her tools. And you would recover them and give Stibbons the credit? Just following orders. Even before this, Stibbons couldn't keep up, so Lady Laurent hired me. Well, for one thing, I'm better looking. For another, I'm actually getting paid. Stibbons was always just a floral. It could be worse. Lady Laurent pays well, and she's got a pretty ambitious travel schedule. Did he? I'm just following... Well, for one, don't think too long. I'll go down there and get the tools myself if I have to. I was wondering if you were going to ask that. Yeah, I snatched... I suppose if you want to lug around the extra weight, I won't complain. Don't think too long. I'll go... Well, I think I've gathered up all of Lady Laurent's Praise the Eight. You just saved my reputation. And ha! That sneaky Tabian fellow sure will be surprised. Hopefully now, Lady...
Move now! I need healing.
You certainly made short work of those elves. There seem to be few odd skeletons down here. No problem. Thank you very much. It's through this door right behind me. The problem is that it's... if only I could have someone like you around full time.
Before you speak, stranger, know this. Did you hear me? This is no common spell. It was cast by... For centuries, amateurs like yourself have tried. It pains me to speak of the past. Ha! Please! There's a word I remember well. Nuralanya, she was called in her High Elven tongue. She was just Nura when we were together. I could deny her nothing. I was enthralled. Our secret was eventually exposed, and the elves were furious. I was here, and she was there. To see one another, but not able to hear. Elves live a long time, but not forever. I sat and watched as Nura slowly grew old and died. It was the Regatta, the warrior wave. The warriors sought vengeance. The swords of Yakuta passed. They would have killed me, were it not for this spell. Instead, I watched. A foreign people had arrived on these shores. They came from a distant land. It pains me to speak of the past. Fine. What would... It was the Regatta. Fine. If I knew, don't you think I would have escaped by now? All I know is the tiles must be used in the right order. for centuries.
From the ritual to the thief, they watch him. There is no escape. Know nothing of the passing of time. Stars bind this one. Their order is his prison. Stars bind this one. Their order is his prison. From the ritual to the thief, they watch him. There is no escape. Know nothing of the passing of time. Stars bind this one. Their order is his prison.
How are you doing that? You may be onto something. By the bloody fangs of Moloch. I should thank you.
The orc I know and love would never utter such words.
Nura, is it really you? It's been so long.
We've suffered enough of this curse. By the grace of Mara, I've been allowed to take you beyond this mortal realm.
Finally, a release from the suffering of this world.
Come, my love. We have the rest of eternity to be together.
Arrogant elves. They have so much faith in that seal they put on the main door. They don't even have anyone guarding the portal. I'm not complaining, though. Are you ready to do this? All right. You're going to have to protect me, though. The chamber may be clear now, but as soon as I start the ritual, they'll realize it on the other side. They might try to charge through and stop us. All right, let's get this started. Golroso Neyaka? Woohoo! Take that, you damned elves! Oh, wait, I just lost my place. Alusaba. Takio? Takio. Taco? How do you pronounce this?
Altmerry Grandeur!
All right, I think I've got it. Mala Alu Takeo. Well, that takes care of that now, doesn't it? I'm actually quite relieved. It would have been so embarrassing to have been responsible for the fall of Alakir. After I opened the portal, I considered just leaving and denying that I was ever here. I am too. Now. If you would, though, I still would prefer to keep this quiet. I do have a reputation to uphold, you know.
My calendar.
father. There must be some way.
You must accept this, Talia. My time has come. Go. Prepare the potion. I must speak with our guest.
I do not like this, but I will do as you say, father.
The chief is gravely ill.
You are welcome to our camp. We are usually generous hosts, but you have seen, of course. The tribe is weak, and I am soon to return to the sand. Another must fulfill the sacred duty of the Ashaba. That other is you. It has been foreseen. Yes, there can be no doubt. The Withered Hand, we have never faced such a threat. But it is our duty to stop them. You must become one of us. You must become an Ashaba. Then, you must stop the Withered Hand. There is a ritual. My daughter, I told her the ingredients were for an antidote. But she knows now. They are for your initiation. There's not much time. You must decide. Are you willing to join us? I understand your hesitation. Thank you. You move a great way. My daughter is not happy right now. She's as stubborn as her mother was. But death will not be stayed. Be assured, though, Initiate, that is good. I believe she has finished mixing the potion for your initiation.
The great man lies dying over there, and he has put all his faith in you. I hope it is not misplaced. I have finished mixing the potion for your initiation. Whenever you are ready, we can begin the trial. Very well. Then here it is. Go to the Mikada in the back of the tent and drink. Be prepared, Initiate. The potion will bring on a vision of the past.
Samir, rouse yourself. Or do you want to miss the battle?
Samir, my brother. Finally you stir. Did you drink too deeply from the starry well last night? This is unlike you. Quickly, pull yourself together. We can afford no idle time today. Morwa's mercy. Maybe you took a head bump too. Did you forget about the battle? The regatta will drive these evil elves from our lands for good. I am to fight at your side today, brother. Tell me you still feel up to it. Now there is the Samir I know. Sometime you will have to tell me what has befallen on this last night. A story of wildness, I am sure. Come now, though. Our father prepares to address the regatta. He is expecting us. Samir, I am really starting to worry. Have you been ensorcelled? The year is 853. Our father is King Jacquan, come from old Yakuta to settle here in the Alakir Desert. I hope this is starting to sound familiar. Blade's Edge, I am sorry. You are the crown prince, but I am your brother, and because they do not want us here. Our people came across the sea from old Yakuta to settle here, but these elves, the Ashaba? These people I do not know. Are they also elves? If we must, we will kill them. Praise the gods. It would not be proper if we were not present when Father makes his speech. He is very likely starting to worry about us himself.
Agada, you all know that the elves are outside our walls. These infidels call us barbarians. They would drive us from this land, but what the elves do not know is that Rupka himself guided us to these shores. He decreed that the Alakir would be our home. Today, the infidels will see the strength of the Shahai. Ansi will guide our blades. Today, the sands will run red with elven blood.
Agada!
You look strong, Samir. My heart is proud. I believe this will be a day of destiny for you and your brother. If we wish to remain here, we must cleanse the land of these elves' taint. Yes, and much of the glory for this victory will go to you and your brother. I send you forth as my champions to slice through the elves' ranks and find their leader. You will cut off the snake's head, and then the body will wither and die. Yes, it is a great honor and a great responsibility, but you have proven your valor time and again, Samir. I know you will succeed and clear the way for our people's future. Go now, and go with the gods, my son. You have my blessing. I know you will be victorious, my son. May Ansi guide your blade.
Give me a moment, Samir. I must make my offering to Onsi. Come to my tent when you are ready to enter the battle.
Your father's words nearly bring me to tears.
Our deeds today will be remembered for generations to come, brother. Lead on.
You people are certainly eager to die.
mine and kill your king. Ha!
Come through the crypt. Quickly, we must stop them. There's no death in here, Samir. Gods, look at the walking bones. These elves have no shame? What has befallen?
You are too late, Samir. Your father is dead. Even worse, some elven necromancer. He turned your father into an abomination. The necromancer slew your father and then reanimated his corpse. It is the most terrible thing I have ever seen. He is lost. There is nothing to be done for it. Samir, you must not go in there. You would have to strike down your own father. As darkly as these events have transpired, our laws remain sacred. Your father is honored dead. Harm his remains, and you dishonor yourself. Yes, there is no other choice to be made. I know your father would not want us to abandon our new home here, but he could not have foreseen this. He would not have us break the sacred law. You must not even consider such a thing.
We should discuss this, Samir. Come with me. Fate has dealt us a cruel hand, my brother. I agree with you. Father would not want us to flee our home. But do we dishonor ourselves? To kill him would mean exile, but I am willing to do this if you command. Because it is clear that one of us must make this sacrifice. You are in line to become king now. If you strike our father, you would be throwing all of this away. For me, there is not as much. No! No, please! I beseech you to reconsider this decision, Samir. I cannot bear to see you exiled. What will I do? I am not sewn from the same cloth as you and father. I am not meant to be king. I simply cannot believe this is happening. Our father, you...
son.
We all need roots.
You failed me. Now
He's done then? I would not have such. No. You deserve to be honored for your actions, your courage, your humility. You should be king, not I.
Why, Samir? Why? You have broken the most sacred tradition of the king. Good. Then there is nothing more for us to discuss.
Welcome back. You were gone for longer than I expected. I trust you walked in the steps of Prince Samir of Yath and experienced the events that led to his exile? He was. Samir went on to start a family and a tribe in exile. They wandered the desert as nomads and became known as the Ashaba. Hakmir became king and ruled peacefully until years later, when he again faced the threat of necromancers and undead. The colony from Yath would have fallen, but Samir led his tribe against the necromancers and their army of risen dead. The Ashaba accepted the dishonor of fighting the dead to save the kingdom. So it has been ever since. You have now witnessed the first sacrifice, and you know that true honor need not be named. You are one of us. You are Ashaba. We will recognize you as our brother, and together, we will uphold the sacred duty of our tribe. Yes, the words have been spoken. Normally, my father would conduct a small ceremony and speak the words, but his spirit moved on while you were unconscious. His last request was that you and I would destroy the Withered Hand. There is little we can do to help our fellow Ashaba here now, so we should do as my father wished. We should dedicate ourselves to destroying the Withered Hand. They killed my father. I will enjoy the opportunity to even the score. There is a place to the northeast, a sacred place called Tuwaka's Throne. It is a place of quiet and of honor. Many, many heroes have been laid to rest there. I worry what would happen if the Withered Hand were to go there. I must see to the consecration of my father's remains. It would be disrespectful to do otherwise. Go on to Tuwaka's Throne. Look for an Ashaba named Ramati. I know these sands well. I will catch up with you soon enough.
They will pay for what they have done. Satakar's wrath, Wayfarer. Unless you want to wade through an army of undead, go no further. These dogs, the Withered Hand, they seized control of Tuwaka's throne. And now the Yonsei wards, stolen. There is no way. The Impervious Vault. How? Oh, Tuwaka will do the cleansing. We must only clear the way. For each direction the wind blows, there is a brazier. Light the first 3, and meet me at the west brazier. I will light that one. Then, we will light the central brazier together, and soon see Uwafa and his withered hand destroyed. We do not know. There is no record of these defenses ever being used. All I can recall is reading that it is supposed to help cleanse the temple and return the dead to their rest. Uncertainty is part of the fun, though, right? This man is very dangerous. He is the leader of these Withered Hand dogs. He offered me the chance to leave peacefully. I wanted to protect my fellow priests, but we could not surrender Tuwaka's sacred ground without a fight. Tuwaka is the caretaker of the far shores. We will all visit him one day. The throne is the final resting place of our honored ancestors. Our heroes have been buried here for centuries. It is terrible that their rest has been disturbed.
Are you a pilgrim?
This is not good. Not good at all. I've killed you. I'm pretty good with... Do you understand why I am concerned? Some of the greatest heroes... There is. I maintain vigil here to ensure that certain ancient heroes, let's just say, if they're raised, that's a problem. With what's happened here, I need some... Thank you. This is no small thing, I ask, and I appreciate you stepping up. The 3 graves I need you to check belong to Homage Arena, Yokita Razul, and Queen Afsar. They changed the course of history. They deserve to rest now. I'll mark the graves' locations on your map. I'd go with you, but I have to watch and ensure they don't slip by. There are other Ashaba who can join you, though. You want one skilled in swordplay, or one who's adept at restoration magic? Very smart. I've rarely seen her equal with a blade. Let her keep the heroes occupied, and perhaps you can use magic to send them back. There are many heroes buried here, to be sure. But these 3 are the ones Ashaba... Rena was an arminger in the Order of Diagna, who died in the final days of the Siege of Orsinium. She was born in the siege camp there, and spent her entire 26 years fighting the orcs. They say it was hers. Razul fought alongside Divad Hunding, leading the regatta to conquer Alakir. When the Natotambu and the Yokudan nobility came later, Razul made himself Yokita to cement the power of the regatta. Some call him the first foe. Yes, she seized the throne the ancient way. Late in the First Era, the king died with no heir, and the nobles squabbled over the throne. Afsar solidified it.
We should throw dice for gold. Interested?
There's no need for me to ask whether the heroes had been raised when you found them. I only need to know. Then you fulfilled the duty of the Ashaba here, and saved...
He goes to the city just for the pickpockets. Says it's the only love he ever gets.
You have done well, Wayfarer. Tuwaka is pleased. Very soon, it is like Tuwaka is taking in the air and preparing to send his breath. The wither... Tuwaka says you will have the pleasure of killing this Uwafa. With his help, of course. First, you must light the final brazier over there. Then, Tuwaka's breath will come. Uwafa has sealed himself inside the sanctum with my priests. I fear for them, but Tuwaka will help us. He will unseal the doors. Then you can go in and kill this necromancer bastard. Are you ready to witness the power of a god, my friend? Go now, and light the final brazier. Oh, yes. We cannot forget those. If... Of course. All priests of Tuwaka know such things. The wards were forged when 3 Anse gave their lives to channel their spirits into their blades. They did this so that the wards would protect the consecrated dead. In the hands of these necromancers, the strength of the Anse wards is much weakened. With some magics, they might even be able to pervert the ward's power for terrible ends. It is good that we will soon have them back. Tuwaka, keeper of souls, hear the prayer of your humble servant. Your sacred grounds have been defiled. The rest of our ancestors have been disturbed. I ask you to send your sacred breath to cleanse the temple and give us your blessing to destroy the defiler. He has given his blessing. Go into the inner sanctum and kill Uwafa.
Your corpse will soon fight for me!
Thank you. The corruption in my ward is gone. But the other wards, you must find them.
I am very proud. Tuaka says that you smote this Uwafa mightily. You recovered the ward of Anseradan as well. The temple is restored, and Alakir is safer. Tuaka is pleased. Tuaka says you should not worry. He says you will find them. I can watch over the ward of Anseradan for now. Tuaka has much faith in you, my friend. He wants me to give you this. You should be honored. I do not know where the other Ansei wards have been taken, but Tuaka tells me. I've lost a fortune in this mine. I was wealthy a month ago, and then the spiders came. Who knows what brought them, but it didn't stop our production. Now the spiders are everywhere. I've closed the mines, but the last prospectors haven't come out. The last prospector to go in was Sekbar. I warned him that the mine was... Shagora said she was Sekbar's betrothed. She went in after him, and that's the last person I've let in since. That is, unless you see fit to go in after them.